All right, everybody. Today we are going to channel the Nomura Lemurians, and they would like to share more about the body because they are shamans and masters of the body. And let's see what they have to share today. Well, hello there. We meet again. It's been quite some time. How are you doing?
Hi, we're doing great. Thank you. It's nice to be here with
Yes,
you too.
yes, we can see the shift. We can see the shift, how all of you, are progressing to the timelines of the hybrid. And we are very, very impressed, and we would like to express our gratitude and appreciation for all the work you are doing on yourself. A lot of you are putting in the effort, and it is time that this is the only thing you need to focus on. You would always have problems in your life, be it work, be it family, be it friends or relationship or anywhere. Those will keep coming up as and when they are meant to. But making time for your personal development is of utmost priority in the present year as well, the next year and the year next. If you truly want to experience open contact, these 3 years are of extreme importance, and your probability of open contact is directly proportional to the amount of effort you're putting in working on yourself. Remember, you individually are portals. You yourself are portals through which others can find their way to the perfect parallel earth that all of you want to be in. So when you do the work on yourself, you are allowing others to watch and learn from you. So if somebody is not validating or expressing it verbally, don't be discouraged. People watch you silently and learn. Continue being the beacon of light for others. So there are many ways, so many channelers are creating the way forward for their followers. Each way is valid. Each being who is being channeled is doing their best, and the collective who is being channeled are doing their best to help humanity move towards the hybrid earth of the future. So do what you need to do to be drawn to whatever message you are drawn towards, because whatever you are drawn towards is your path. So follow your heart. As always, we focus on the body because you can upgrade your physical technologies if you understand how your body works. And humans have not even touched the surface of what your body is even capable of doing. So, what we are doing here is simply making you aware how powerful your bodies are and to understand its functions fully so that you can harness its power in daily life and also inspire your technology to follow suit. We will be talking step by step in mastering your body, and today is the starting point when we feel you are ready now to take it seriously and start your journey towards ascension. So, we are going to do some hand movements. It's important you pay attention to it because these movements and mudra create a specific geometry in the energy field when you watch it. We are going to keep this session interactive. Instead of simply focusing on a monologue, please carefully watch the hand movement. It is meant to create certain geometric fractals in your energy field. This movement is called going inwards. And this is what we are doing with you, making you go inwards, look inside you, discover inside you who you are. What do you experience in your body when you look at this hand gesture? What thoughts or feelings come up? Notice, notice, notice. Become aware, become fully aware of your body. We are going to pause before we continue and take some feedback from you. Could you, one by one, share with us what did you experience when you were watching this?
I felt a sort of calmness come over me when I was watching.
What else?
I uncrossed my legs when you started moving to allow the energy, and then I got a sort of a shiver up my spine, and it shook the energy through me.
Yes, uncrossing your arms and legs. Very good. What else?
I was able to connect to my heart right when you started doing the movement.
Yes, this session is going to be more hands-on for us and more watching for you instead of just simply being a monologue. Because what we have observed is we give you permission slips and they slip away from your life, from your memory. So we wish to take charge and create the momentum that you need to get refocused in your personal development. This has already created the shifts it needed to create within your body just by watching it. And we don't have to do much except for sending our energies to you, and you will be assimilating it in ways that opens you up for downloads, other abilities, activations, and whatnot. So less of talking, more of doing. This is opening up your body's abilities that you are not even aware of. We are going to do another hand movement. If you cannot see it completely because of the way the setup is here, do interrupt and let us know. It's important you see the complete hand movement and not get cut off. Are you able to see us, both the hands, if it is in this position?
The lower hand needs to be a little higher.
This?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little lower. It's fine. A little lower is fine. Sorry, the bottom hand low. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, about this.
So you can see both the hands?
Yes.
All right, thank you for giving us the reference frame. We are going to use this reference frame for the hand movements. Stay open. Uncross your arms and legs if you have crossed them. Know your body. You are all masters. Time has come to own who you are. Enough of hiding. Enough of excuses. Time to own who you are. Time to express who you are. Let us know if you can see the complete hand movement. If not, interrupt. Go inwards. Go inwards. Know that all the answers you need are all inside you. All the answers are inside you. You don't have to look outside or to anybody for anything. Again, we are going to pause and take your feedback. What did you experience in your body?
I did experience more on my abdomen, my tummy, kind of energy moving there.
Yes, it's meant to untie the knots. What else?
I had movement up my back again, and it felt like I had to swivel my head to move the energy, and I was coughing as well, clearing me lungs.
Yes, again, untying of the knots and clearing of the blocks. What else? Anybody else who would like to share? All right. So, as we have spoken in the past about how your belief system affect your thoughts, your manifestations, and your body, we are going to go deeper today with this activation so that whatever we are saying, you fully understand the truth of it. Instead of simply understanding it intellectually, we opened up all the panels inside of you. Whenever you hear us, whatever is true for you, it's going to be absorbed very easily, and you will be able to harness that power very easily instead of simply accepting it in a superficial way. All your sicknesses, all the accidents, anything and everything that happens to your body is created by you. It's high time that you start seeing it that way instead of blaming the weather or the bad chair or somebody else for it. Because those things do not create the illnesses in you. It's your thought process. What you believe, what you think is what creates it. Hence, it becomes very important that you become aware how you are creating your own problems instead of coming to us for identifying your illnesses. We wish to give you toolkits that can help you identify how you created it and what created it. So today's session is going to be all that. To make things easier and also believable, there are many, many authors on your planet who already have explored and created frameworks to heal the body by healing the thoughts that creates problems for your body. One such author is Louise Hay. She has created a book where she highlights which of your thoughts and emotions create which specific kind of illness. You can refer to the book, which is called Heal Your Body or Heal the Body. You can search your internet to find it. You can use that book as a quick reference point to find the causes of illnesses in your body. And for the ones which are not mentioned in the book, you can use this framework that we are going to show you today. The first and foremost thing is identifying the symptoms. Now, a lot of illnesses, when they first happen, they don't express any symptoms. So when you're experiencing symptoms, then things are already pretty worse. Because every time an illness takes place in the body heals itself automatically. So if you are experiencing a symptom, it means that the body is continuously trying to heal, but it is not able to because you have created that block for it to not being able to heal it. And you have created it for a cause. So since you always may not be able to find the illnesses which still hasn't manifested yet, we are going to only talk about the ones where you have visible symptoms. Now remember, in one of our past transmissions, we did show you how to find illnesses in the body before they had manifested. You can use that permission slip if you wish to. That is also a good way to find it. So energetically scan your body, go back to that transmission, watch the permission slip, re-watch it if you have to find the problem, the source of the problem. Or if you already know the physical symptoms, start from there. Say you have a pain in your legs or one of the legs. Use the emotional freedom technique, the EFT tapping, to find out what is the root cause of that pain. So take your 2 fingers and on this side of your palm, you can use any hand, it doesn't matter which hand you use. The channel is right-handed, so we are using our right hand for tapping. This portion of your palm, focus on the area below this line that all of you have, this line, this portion. And with 2 or 3 of your fingers, tips, gently tap. Simply gently tap, and while you are tapping continuously, ask yourself, what is the root cause of this pain on my legs? What thought caused it? And continue tapping. Keep asking this repeatedly. What caused it? What caused the pain in my leg? Stay focused. Don't try to find multiple things at a time. Try doing one thing at a time. Continuously tap and ask, what created this pain in my, say, left leg? And wait for the answer. Wait for the thought to show up. It will show up. Continue tapping for 5 to 10 minutes at least. It may show up sooner. For most of you, it will show up within 30 seconds. But for some of you who have belief systems which makes you doubt this process, it will take longer. So the more you doubt, the longer it takes. Once you get the answer, the thought, know that that thought has created the problem. So understand why it created the problem. Once you have identified the thought, ask, how is this thought helping me? What is it allowing me to do? And what is it stopping me from doing? This will give you a good idea as to why that specific thought created this illness. Once you understand what purpose was there to create the illness, the quickest way to heal is to send love and affection to that fragmented part of you which created this thought. If you are not aware of what fragments are, we would recommend checking our past transmissions by us or the Arcturians in June, where we talk about what are fragments. All these thoughts come from specific fragments. So send your love and affection to this fragment that created this thought, which in turn created that physical problem, by saying, I love and accept the part for having the thought, and then describe the thought so that you know you are only addressing that part and not the other fragments. Be specific. I love and accept the part which created this thought. I understand you. I validate you. You have every reason to have that thought. It doesn't matter whether it is right or wrong or how it is harming my body, you are probably not aware that it is harming me. But I still love and accept you the way you are. Continuously say this silently in your head. Send loving energy to that part that has created this problem. Some of you may need 5-10 minutes to continuously do this. Some of you may need a longer time depending on how serious the illness is. Some of you will experience miraculous healing within 10 minutes if it is a small thing, like a minor ache or a pain. It will heal instantly. So learn the lesson that part has to teach you, what it is afraid of, and why it created that illness, so that you find a way to work around and meet the needs of that part so that they don't recreate the illness again. Otherwise, even if you experience healing by practicing this self-love, it might come back again if you don't listen to why it created it and you are doing the same mistake again. The second option is to do parts work and heal the past traumas of that part and integrate it. Then it will stop creating that problem in the first place. The third way is to find the limiting belief that the part is holding on to and release it. Again, the problem will go away. But in case of limiting beliefs, there could be more than one. And you will know that after releasing the first one, you will know there are more, because the pain wouldn't be going away. It might be reduced, the symptoms might be partially healed, but it would still be there. So the belief system removal is a better way, though it may take longer and a little bit more specialized knowledge as to how to release those beliefs, but they have permanent effects. But for instant healing, sending love and acceptance and validating the thoughts of that part is the easiest solution for the time being until you learn how to release beliefs. When we talk about healing your traumas or healing your limiting beliefs or integrating your fragmented parts, it raises your vibration and it also heals not only the body, but also solves all the major problems in your life. So it has a 3-in-1 effect: raising the vibration, healing the body, and resolving your life challenges. We realize some of you are not motivated to explore personal development because you truly don't understand how it affects each and every aspect of your life. Raising your vibration makes you more spiritual and strengthens your connection to the divine. So if you're on a spiritual journey of channeling, meditation, healing, or any form of spiritual modalities, this will assist you because it strengthens your connection with the divine. The more you get to know yourself, the more you know the divine. So the second benefit is on the body directly, because these negative thoughts, negative emotions create distortions in your energy field. These fragmented parts create illnesses thinking that they are actually helping you, but they don't have the awareness how they are harming you, because they have a very limited understanding of what is going on in the rest of the body, because they are trapped in only a specific portion of the body. They don't know what's going on elsewhere. So integration allows them to see how they are harming the body and also to remove its fears and all the problems that specific part had experienced during the fragmentation and traumatization process, which will improve your health drastically. Some of your illnesses wouldn't even need any medication to heal if you are doing this consistently and know how to do this. This is body mastery. When you fully understand how your thoughts and emotions create your illness, and you fully take charge of that and know how to work around that. The third effect is obviously having a reality of your desired preference. Because when you heal these negative beliefs, negative emotions, you are going to experience not only abundance and prosperity, but better relationships, lesser challenges, or even if you face challenges, they will not seem like challenges to you anymore. This is mastery on earth, where the challenges may or may not go away, but it stops affecting you. You know that is part and parcel of life, and you become truly neutral, and you are able to stay in a positive state all the time. This is something that is unbelievable for some of you. You believe that that is not possible. How can somebody be happy all the time despite being in challenging circumstances? Well, we tell you from our experience, this is your natural state. While experiencing negative emotions for 15 seconds is normal, anything beyond 15 seconds means there is something more to it, some part that needs healing. So focus on your personal development for these 3-in-1 benefits and watch how your life unfolds. With this, we will end our monologue and be open for questions.
Thank you so much. Are you willing to answer any kind of questions, or are we focusing more on the body related questions?
We will be open for now. If we do not wish to answer something, we will tell you.
Okay. I have a question here, Joe, present. He is asking me to read the question. He's saying, in my vivid dream, 6 people, including me, were standing in black suits, and soon another man gave us certificates in turn. On my turn, the man saw my unorganized briefcase and asked me to leave it there. I left the bag behind. After that, I got the pass, the certificate. He's asking for help to interpret the dream.
The unorganized briefcase is your past baggage. And they were asking you to leave behind your baggage so that you get a certificate of completion of your life theme. That yes, now you are on your path. And in order to be on your path, you need to leave your baggage behind. That is what it means.
Thank you. So I don't see any questions right now in the chat. Oh, sorry, there is actually. Vincent just posted a question. Would you like to unmute yourself and ask your question, please?
Thank you. Martial arts, Tai Chi in particular, and exercise in general, are they good tools or permission slips to assist in raising frequency as well?
Tai Chi, yes. Exercise in general is good for the body because it allows the chakras to release dirty energy. But then you cannot exercise all day. Hence, whatever you get is not sufficient and you cannot do more because that would harm the body. So Tai Chi is useful but
How
there
does
needs
that
to
affect?
be,
How does that affect the blockages and energy and so forth?
if you know which blockages you want to remove and do certain specific movements, those blockages can be removed using Tai Chi.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Vincent. Now, James, would you like to unmute yourself, please, and ask your question?
Thank you. I have a question on smudging with sage. So that sort of popped up in my mind's eye the other morning. And is that a good way to sort of cleanse one's auric field?
Yes. Oh no, we thought we are talking about the room. You can use that to cleanse the room. It
Okay.
popped up because it is asking you to cleanse the room, not
Right.
your auric field.
Okay. Would you say it's not good to use on yourself then, but okay in an environment?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Um, does that mainly work because of the sort of energy that practice holds within the collective in terms of belief, or what are the sort of active principles that make that work so well?
The herb itself, when burnt, produces a specific vibration which can energetically cleanse whichever place it is in. Now, it doesn't cleanse everything, but it is like a general purpose energetic cleanser for the environment.
Right, thank you. I'll try to do that without setting the fire alarm off. Thank you very much.
Thank you, James. I have a question of myself. I want to ask regarding the elementals. What
We
is
do
the
not wish
relationship?
to,
No?
we do not wish to talk about that. This is something the Arcturians are going to pick up in upcoming sessions. We would like to
Okay.
answer the huge list of questions that are waiting for us.
Okay. So let's start here. There are 3 questions from different people regarding the wildfires in Hawaii. So I'm going to start with the first one. So Anita asks, regarding the wildfires in Hawaii, what all must we heal within ourselves to be free of such experiences?
The heart. Heal the heart, because that place is the heart center of the earth. Earth's heart is on fire. Earth is in pain. Heal your hearts, because the collective humanity is in pain. That is the most crucial thing that you can do for now. Heal your emotions, heal your heart, heal your pain, which is why we keep telling you, work on yourself, work on your pain, release your trauma, because when you release the trauma, you release the pain and the future causes of creating or experiencing the pain again. Because if you contain the pain, you are going to attract realities that contain and rekindle that pain. So release it and the reality will change. You'll not be attracting painful realities anymore. That's why do therapies, do coaching, do whatever you need to work on the plane instead of simply doing some meditation or spiritual practice that really doesn't focus on your emotions. This is what we have been telling all the spiritual practitioners. Focus on yourself, your own emotions, on your own thoughts. Anything that you do outside, showing incense and meditations, will not help you if you don't heal yourself. That's all.
Thank you. Now, just regarding that you mentioned now, the pain that Earth is feeling, what is this in a 3rd dimensional version of Earth? And is this pain regarding what specifically?
The earth has been damaged very seriously, and despite all the work that the other beings and the extraterrestrials are putting in to heal her earth, is not enough, because humans are greater in number and humans need to take action to stop damaging her with their own actions. The pain is her not being able to heal herself and the continuous damage that's happening and the continuous ignorance and denials humans are in, and their continuance of torturing Earth.
Yes, it's clear. Thank you. Now, continuing with the wildfires, the second person asks about the wildfires in Lahaina, Maui. My question specifically is, my father lost his business. What should we do with the land? Will Lahaina recover back to the prosperity we had?
At this point, if you can leave that place, start somewhere else, it will take some time to heal. Earth is crying. She will take some time to heal herself. Let her heal for how much ever time she needs to. Leave her alone, heal yourself, find a better place. Those who have been affected by the wildfires were literally in the heart center, and irrespective of what they were doing, they are affected by what others are doing. The human collective is in pain, and so is the earth's collective. So do not take it personally, thinking that you may have said or done something that made you experience this disaster. While you may have some belief systems which made you a match to this reality, you can learn your own lessons, yet also know that the collective is also hugely at play. And it happens when you are not taking in charge of your own life and your own emotions, and you're living automatically and unconsciously. That is when the collective takes control and you experience such disasters. So live more consciously, create more self-awareness, live from the heart wherever you're moving into, so that you don't experience such calamities again.
Thank you. And finally, regarding the wildfires, Millie is asking why this wildfire happened. What caused it despite climate change? And then she continues. Should I read the whole thing?
Go ahead.
Okay. Will locals manage to rebuild in freedom, or we are continuing dirty capitalistic game where paradise will be for the rich ones and locals will be forced to leave?
We will not talk about your politics because it has nothing to do with your politics. This has more to do with the general ignorance and the three-dimensional unawareness that humans are in. A lot of people are too afraid to accept their responsibility in everyday life and actions as to how damaging they are to not only themselves, but also others, including the earth. And these people are not waking up. So these calamities are meant to wake them up too, that this behavior cannot continue if you really want to live on an earth that is equivalent to a paradise. The way you are living your life is not optimal. The humans have created dystopian system where the climate is getting worse, the soil is eroded of its nutrition, humans are fed with toxins, the animals have very few forests left to live, the ecology is destroyed, the atmosphere has an imbalance, the ocean is polluted and experiencing death of several species. There is chaos everywhere. Start taking action in your own small ways, in your own life to begin with. That is more in alignment to your heart as also with benefiting the nature. Stop using things that pollute the environment, like your vehicles. Switch to electric vehicles which do not have emissions. There are many other ways that you can take steps to take responsibility in your lives to create a positive impact on the environment. You don't have to go to great lengths, just do whatever you can in your own home and in your own life first. That's all.
Thank you. Regarding the wildfires, were they naturally caused?
We do not wish to comment on that right now.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna ask for Kelly. Would you like to unmute yourself and ask your question, please?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I just had a question about acupuncture and sound baths. Are those beneficial to heal our bodies, and also using plant medicines such as ayahuasca and mushrooms?
All are useful in their own ways. What would you like to know specifically?
I guess just helping to heal the emotional body. Does it just depend on your intention when you're using these?
We thought you were talking about the physical body. If you have to heal your emotional body, you have to heal your emotions through therapy by releasing your beliefs, by releasing your traumas, by releasing your pain, learning to regulate your emotions, and do whatever you can to feel good, because your emotional body, your astral body, is directly impacted by your emotions. And simply these plant medicines and all these things create temporary effect of relief, but they do not enable you to know how to cleanse your emotional body if they get polluted again. Every time you have a negative emotion, you're polluting your emotional body, and you cannot overdose yourself on these medicines or anything that is external. These are permission slips that you can use temporarily to get some temporary relief. But this is not advisable to take in the long run all the time. That will create a dependence and an addiction to these.
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay, so going back now to the Facebook questions. If you guys have any more questions, just post it in the chat. We'll get back to you. So Sashi is asking, how can we as modern humans align with the ways Lemurians lived so that we may come into greater communion with each other and within nature?
You can come in greater communion with nature and others is when you experience greater communion with yourself. That is how we reached where we reached. The starting point is self. Go within, know yourself, heal your pain, prioritize yourself, do things that please you first instead of pleasing other people. Do things that makes you happy and draw the boundaries, even if it has to be with your family or friends who you are close to you, because they may not realize that they are doing things that hurt you. You have to start speaking your truth instead of people pleasing. So the starting point, if you want to become like us, is start with you. And that is the path we are actually talking about in all our transmission. We are showing you the Lemurian way of living, step by step, in each transmission.
Great, thank you. I'm gonna ask now a question from Jeff. He's asking, you said that limbs can be regenerated. How can I get my eyesight good enough to take off my glasses? Is it possible with EFT method?
You can use EFT. You can use what we talked about today. Remember, eyesight is always about how you are looking at things. If you are having blurry sight when it comes to the distance, that means you're afraid of the future. If you have a blurry sight when it comes to reading things closer, you do not like the present and you don't want to be in the present. So there are various variations to what eyesight represents, which is why we gave you today's permission slip at the beginning of the session to find out what is causing your eyesight problems and then heal with loving kindness. Most of you will think, nah, it sounds so simple. Don't be fooled by its simplicity. Do it daily and watch how things change for you.
Great. There is one more question from him as well regarding physical issues. He says, to solve my weight loss problem, I resolved my childhood traumas of not wanting to be hurt as taught in your session. In my dream, I saw my slim figure, especially my face, reflected in the mirror. Am I on the right track to resolve all of my traumas by using your way? Any advices to lose my weight effectively?
Use what we talked about today. We are adding more and more permission slips, and today's activation will allow you to get more serious about what we are talking about, to take it more seriously and really focus on yourself instead of forgetting it. There needs to be consistency. If you are just doing things sporadically, it's not going to work. Just like some of you want a really nice body and you work out every day to have a nice body. Similarly, what we are talking about has to be done every day, not just sporadically one day or some other random day when you felt good or felt bad. It has to be disciplined practice. Trust us, we are showing you the ideal way to not only emotional mastery, but also body mastery. You will not have any illnesses to begin with if you are serious and you do it consistently. What we are showing you in each of our transmission, each adds on the other, each are interconnected.
I have
Thank
another
you so much.
question.
Sure, Kelly.
Can we release limiting beliefs like using our own rituals, like let's say writing them down on a piece of paper and burning them?
No, that doesn't work. We are sorry to burst your bubble.
Okay.
Yes, because the fastest way to know whether the belief has been released is to see the changes in how you approach the same thing. Does it still trigger you? Are you still afraid of it? Has your behavior changed? If you face the same situation, how are you going to react? Is the reaction going to be the same or different? If it's different, then something has changed. It also changes your timeline if you are working on some past memories. So the changes will reflect in every aspect of your life. And some of you have belief systems which make you feel that if you write it on a paper and burn it, things will just go away. It may work for some people who strongly believe in that, but not every person believes in that. So we would rather prefer you do something that is more reliable and is in alignment with your belief system, because not all of you are even aware what your belief systems are. You may think, oh, this works. In reality, somewhere deep down inside, you probably think this doesn't work. So that belief will negate the action that you're doing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. So there's no more questions here. So let me continue with the Facebook questions. Siddhartha is asking, what's the difference between a female physical vessel and a male physical vessel? Reproductive organs are a clear distinguisher, but is there more to it energetically and physically?
Yes, each body is defined to do something specific. There obviously is going to be differences, energetically speaking, even physically speaking, the way things work. But the question is, why do you want to create more differentiation in a world that is already fragmented? Why do you want to wage the male-female war? Because these questions don't really serve anybody. What would you do with that difference? Even if it is true, how does
Yeah,
that
that's
serve you?
right. That's a good question. Probably he will answer that in the next meeting. I have a question here from Chuck. He's asking, as a broader theme, I'm very interested to learn about shamanism from Lemurians. As a sub-theme, if they're open to talk on spirit animals or plant spirit when it comes to meditating on them and to try and integrate their energy medicine.
Yes, we will be talking about all the natural ways you can use in your daily life only when you have incorporated what we are talking about now. Because there is a saying on your planet that knowing a little bit is dangerous. If you do not have the foundation of self-knowledge, any other knowledge, when is added on top of that shallow base of knowledge that you have, which hasn't been applied in real life, is dangerous, because then you are going to make assumptions based on your shallow understanding of the self. And that is how things get messed up, so as to speak. We will cover these topics in the upcoming years, but now is not the time. These 3 years are going to be humanity's personal development time. A lot of you are waking up to the reality that you don't like this. You hate the way system works. And all of you are frustrated with your daily life. You fear your Mondays. You hate your work. Some of you hate your married life. Some of you hate your children. Some of you hate yourself for making certain decisions. It's high time you acknowledge that and seek help from your therapist, do the work on yourself. This is going to be our focus until we start noticing there is a change in the energetics of Earth and the collective consciousness. Based on that, then we are going to make a decision to talk about other topics.
Sounds exciting. Thank you. He has another question regarding I Ching. Did your civilization develop the I Ching? And if so, how might we be able to apply it to things like Qigong?
I Ching uses certain energetics. Qigong uses those same energetics. If you master Qigong, knowing how each movement is tied to specific activations and certain energy centers in the body, and what kind of energetic fields and geometrical patterns they create in the energy field, you will be able to integrate that same understanding with I Ching and harness it. Most of you are not able to use I Ching because you don't fundamentally understand the energetic field and the geometrical patterns that affect the energetic field. You need to understand that by practicing and understanding Qigong in a more scientific way, by going deep into it. And then I Ching will totally make sense. It will be automatically integrated because of your understanding of the foundation.
Great, thank you. Let me see, there's no questions here. Okay, so from the Facebook group, Malik is asking, I got this amazing Faden quartz and getting lots of ascension energy from it. Can you throw some light on this, on its source and energy details? Is it in any way connected to Lemurian?
We would have asked where this was sourced from and when and what kind of energetic changes the person is observing to be able to give an accurate answers. With this information, it is not enough. We do not want to give a generic answer.
Okay, thank you. Just want to touch base here with the time. We're about an hour and 5 minutes in the session, and we still have some more questions.
We would be doing 40 more minutes of your time because we already have shared the permission slip in the first half of the session. So we have more time, and we would like to take more questions before our next appearance in September.
Okay, great, thank you. I'm gonna ask here a question from Doug. He's asking, I would love to hear your intake on the Lemurian teaching wheel and how we can utilize new techniques to expand our consciousness.
The wheel that is being spoken of is not a Lemurian wheel. We hate to burst your bubble, but that is not the wheel that we have used, or at least not with the intention and purpose that is shown here. The Lemurian wheel that we used are to know the cycles of when we should do what. And it was used mostly in our ancient times when we haven't fully evolved as shamans. So we use those pointers using the wheel to know what to do when. But as and when we became shamans, we felt we don't need that wheel anymore because we could do it by ourselves. That has become more like an artifact of our museum. And you really don't need that even on your current They are, given the progress you have made in your technology. You don't need that. You can leave it.
Sounds good. Thank you. I have a question from Sashi. She's asking, can they speak on the energies of the recent summer solstice and the energetic changes, shifts occurring with our water and with the cetaceans?
We did not understand this question. Could you say it in a different way?
Right. So first, it seems like there are two things regarding. One is, can you speak on the energies of the recent summer solstice?
Okay. As in any solstice, there are many changes that happen on Earth, and this solstice was meant to unearth, or in other words, bring up to surface the things that not only Earth, but all of you needed to face. So this is more about bringing things up, digging things up from the subconscious, from places, from suppressions, so that you can come to face with it and deal with it instead of suppressing and denying it, not only in the human collective, but also in nature. Everything that was hidden, denied, ignored, suppressed is going to come to the surface. So you are going to see a lot of scandals happening with your celebrities because things are coming to the surface. All the darkness is coming to the surface. Your shadows is also trying to come to the surface by creating more challenges in your life, because that's the only way it can create that awareness in you that you need integrations with your shadow, hence more challenges in your life. So all the hidden things are coming up to the surface. That's the energy for this summer solstice.
Yes. And the other part, she's asking about the shift occurring in our water. I'm guessing the ocean, and with the cetaceans.
And with what?
The cetacean, meaning the whales and the dolphins.
The whales and the dolphins and all the animals in the sea have come to realize how damaging the humans are. And they are making their discontent known very publicly. Do not harm them. They are very aware and they are very intelligent what you're doing to Earth, and they are not happy because it is also affecting their lives. They are also in great pain because of your actions. And they will lash back. They don't want you in the ocean anymore. You have exceeded your welcome stay in the ocean. The less ocean travel you do, the better. Because the oceans are also in a great unrest for all the damages that has happened. There are going to be many ocean-related disasters pretty soon if you don't stop going into the oceans. That's all we will say for now.
Very clear, thank you. Now continuing here, Chen has a question regarding the sun. Is the sun a white hole with the opposite function of a black hole?
No, not the sun.
No?
Not the sun. Not
Okay.
your soul. No.
Okay. Does it interact with other stars and exhibit
Yes.
characteristics?
They are like we are going to use an analogy. If you check your neural structures, there are these nodes or synapses. Your sun is like one of the synapses, which is connected to the other star system and the synapses using invisible energetic fields and cords. invisible to the 3D humans.
The last part of this question is this mechanism utilized by less advanced flying sources for interstellar travel?
Could you repeat that question?
Is this mechanism utilized by less advanced flying saucers for interstellar travel? I'm guessing the mechanism, I'm not sure, maybe he's saying regarding the white hole in opposition function of a black hole.
There are different ways of traveling in space, most of which involve teleportation if it is extra-dimensional in nature. Some teleporters can use the black hole as a passing medium. You don't need the white hole for that. The black hole itself will do the redirection. There are other modes of teleportation which does not require black hole. See, all the movements happen through this technology, especially across vast distances.
Thank you. Now, Nico is asking, is the music tuning frequency of 432 hertz for a truly much more beneficial and vibrationally superior to the current standard 440 hertz?
Yes, provided you have cleansed the energy body thoroughly. If you haven't cleansed, then such high frequencies may cause certain problems to get magnified. If you have thoroughly cleansed the energy body using the method that Hod had said in some of his transmission, then using this frequency would be very beneficial.
Thank you. Vincent, you have a question. Would you like to unmute yourself, please?
Yes, you were talking about the ocean and the dolphins and the whales. What's the go with the slaughtering of the dolphins in particular, and certainly the whales? And what's that a reflection of what's going on for me, inside me?
Do you mean why you are getting to hear or know this? And in which way you have been attracted to this reality where you are seeing this and experiencing this?
Well, yes, as well as basically what is it that makes humans want to kill whales and dolphins?
There are different reasons why humans may want to kill whales and dolphins. Some of it has to do with using their skin, their organs for some specific purposes. Sometimes it's for sport, and there are many, many other reasons.
Yes, I suppose I was thinking in particular in Japan, they have a mass dolphin slaughter where they herd dolphins into a bay and then they just seemingly just slaughter them, which doesn't make sense to me.
Do you know for what purpose they were slaughtered?
I think it's just tradition, is my understanding. I don't think there's any particular reason. I don't think they use the meat or any part of the dolphins for any purpose like that.
Yes, a lot of your outdated religious tradition has done more harm to the nature. And this is one of the reasons why you may find a lot of other beings are really not much in favor of religious sentiments and traditions anymore, because those traditions don't make any sense and don't serve any purpose. At some point, they may have started with some misguided ideology, but they are really harmful to your ecosystem.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Vincent. Okay, now Lynn asked me to ask you, what is the best way to heal deep shame caused by trauma, past lives, and ancestral lineage? Thank you.
You can use the methods like mental and emotional release or theta healing to release those shame. You can also use EFT like matrix reimprinting to release those past traumas and shame. There are many, many methods. We just named a few. You can use any of them, whichever you are most drawn to.
Thank you. If you have any other question, Lynn, just post regarding this. I'm gonna move forward and now with some more questions. Peng is asking regarding Tao Seti. So Bashar spoke of Tao Seti has made contact with Earth Shaman. I wonder if the Lemurian are connected to Tao Seti of Seti's connection.
Yes, we are. What about it?
Right, this question is from the Facebook, so he's not present. Maybe he will elaborate on that.
Okay.
Okay. From Malik, this person is asking, is Earth already existing in fifth dimension with regards to upcoming transition of Earth?
We are assuming that you are talking about the presence of Earth's consciousness in the fifth dimension. That is true for even you, humans. You are in multiple dimensions, and so is Earth. If you are specifically talking about a version of parallel reality where the Earth is in fifth dimension, meaning non-physical, yes, such reality exists. But you are not part of that reality as of now. And that's not your probability as of now that we are reading.
Thank you. And now Jeff is asking, what is the meaning of the name Nomura?
While the Lemurians were the name of where we came from, Nomura is a distinction that we have within ourselves, which makes us specialized for going on special missions like this one, where we came to this version of Earth from our version of parallel Earth to assist humans. We have mastered our bodies to be able to travel in parallel dimensions, and we don't need any ships for that. The term Nomura is a specialization that denotes that we are specialized in certain things in our community, just like you have astronauts and doctors and lawyers and scientists. So we are the Nomura Lemurians who can travel parallel dimensions. The word Nomura in our language means no mura, no vessel.
Great, thank you. Now, going with this type of question, I have Pat asking, what are the Lemurians' real name? The name Lemurian is made up in the 1800s. I think it's Mu, but we call them Lemuria. I don't believe that Lemuria is the proper terminology for the civilization that was here on Earth.
We have been called by many names, and it really doesn't matter what you call us. The point is, how is this significant for you? How does it matter to you? We have had evolution in our names. We went from Mu to Lemurians, Lumerians, Nemerians, Mumurians, and many other variations. It doesn't bother us, and nor should it bother you.
Yes. Thank you. Vincent, would you like to unmute yourself, please, and ask your question?
Thank you. I've noticed that we in Australia call PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, which seems to me to be a highly traumatized state from things like soldiers coming back from war. How can we assist somebody like that? Is it they often find it very hard to let it go in any case. Can we assist them in some way?
Yes, programs such as eye desensitization and reprocessing, in short, it's called EMDR, has been very effective for healing them. Even EFT is good for healing them. Both of these methods have been known to be very effective to heal these kinds of severe traumas. It's not only soldiers who go through PTSD, even women who have given childbirth may experience PTSD after childbirth because it is not easy. It is a traumatic experience to go through childbirth. A lot of women go through depression and PTSD after that. So it is not only related to soldiers, many other people who have been raped or molested or bullied severely in their childhood also experience PTSD. So EMDR and EFT has been very effective to help them relieve in their symptoms.
Thank you.
Great question, Vincent. Now, just following up this question, I'm wondering, can some conditions here we see as non-treatable, can schizophrenia, for example, or bipolar disease or psychopathy be treated?
Yes, everything is treatable. You have to find the source as to why it happened. And we have given you the framework. You can work with that person to find out. It's not really that difficult or complicated. You humans have a tendency of simply ignoring simple things because they are simple. You want complications. But it is really that simple to find out why it is happening the way it is happening, how is it serving the person, and then helping them release it.
So have people been successful in healing schizophrenia?
Nobody has tried the way we have suggested yet, but we know this works because we in our civilization don't have any physical illnesses like this. We were also humans once.
Yes. So those are more considered mental disease, right? Mental conditions. Do they as well affect the body in a way?
Of course, the mind is in the body. What affects the mind
Yeah.
affects the body.
Right. The brain, in the case.
You need to understand that the brain is not the mind. And we have said this
Yeah.
before. The brain is made for decision making by the ego. and certain
Mm.
processing of information. Certain trauma gets processed by the brain. That doesn't make it the mind. The mind is across the body, including the brain. From the top of the head to the bottom of your feet, the mind is everywhere.
Mm.
So what affects the body affects the mind. It's two sides of the same coin. They are not separate.
Yes. Vincent, would you like to ask your question? It's related to this.
Thank you. Is it possible to treat dementia when the person has very low cognitive ability and doesn't know who they are or what's going on?
Depends on what stage they are in. If they are in late stages of dementia, what will really help stabilize their condition is to expose them to unconditional love, the vibration of unconditional love, even if it is required to be created artificially, like creating pink light or loving vibration or anything that person loved to be placed around them, maybe photos, maybe objects or whatever, that will bring some kind of stabilization in their mental stabilization, so as to speak, and then certain treatments can be done on them. It will take time and many stages, but it is treatable.
Thank you.
Right. We're almost done with the questions. I have 3 more here on the Facebook group.
Let's
Um,
finish it.
Yes, great. So Jeff is asking, you said that activating or increasing the crown chakra improves memory for learning. In the recent session, I usually feel some energy coming to my crown chakra. What are the permission slips in details that activates my crown chakra more for improving memory?
You can activate your crown chakra more efficiently if you activate your heart first. You can use certain chantings. First, start with the heart. The mantra to use is YAM. Chant the mantra YAM for 5 minutes to open the heart. And after the heart is open, and only after the heart is open, then you can chant the mantra for the crown, which is Om, not Om as in OM, but Om, ONG. That's how you pronounce it. Use that mantra, chant that mantra to open the crown. Remember, the crown activation will be successful and stabilized if the heart is open. Otherwise, it won't do much good. So if you want to open your heart, do the heart activation first and then the crown.
Thank you so much. So Vincent, you have one more question here, right? Would you like to
Yes.
unmute yourself?
Thank you. A further question on dementia, is EFT effective in treating early stage dementia, or if you use the method you talked about earlier with unconditional love, and the person is still deeply in dementia, what methodology would probably be more appropriate there?
If the person is in early condition, then EMDR would be effective because they may not be able to process the complex instructions of EFT. EMDR is very easy because it just simulates the rapid eye movement that you experience in your dreams. In late stages, we recommend what we already said because the person may not be able to even follow the instructions of EMDR. They do not have any cognition remaining. Hence, introducing the vibration of love, even if nothing makes sense to them, that vibration will stabilize their condition and bring back some cognition into them, which they may have completely lost.
So what's happening on the bigger picture, the more expanded version of that person to create the dementia in the body?
They do not wish to remember the past, the present, or neither do they wish to think of the future. They wish to leave their bodies, but they are not wanting to at the same time. So they completely space out and detach from the body and not able to function in a cognitive fashion. Most of the time, their mind is in the fourth or the fifth dimension. Their perspective is there, not in the body. So the vibration of love, unconditional love, may give them a reason to come back to their body. And hence, that's how they regain their cognizance.
Thank you.
Hi, Kelly. Would you like to unmute yourself and ask your question, please?
Yeah, I had another question regarding the womb space. Is there anything you can speak on or speak about to explain like how to heal that area? Like, is yoni steaming something beneficial for women?
For what purpose? What purpose you want to heal that area? Can you specify or give some examples? What you wish to heal?
Yeah, sure. Maybe if someone has PTSD from childbirth, or if they were sexually abused, or any shame regarding sex.
You can use EMDR, like we said. You can also use the vibration of unconditional love, especially in those areas, artificially inducing it. There are no known machinery that is there on Earth that can create such vibration. Back on our Earth, there are technologies that can create that vibration of unconditional love artificially, and we would put any person who are going through any kind of minor problems through that vibration, and the problem heals instantly. There is miraculous healing.
Okay, thank you.
We will take only one more question before
Sure.
we end today's session.
Okay. Sounds good. Anyone has any question here, or I'm gonna go to the Facebook group. Let me see. Okay, Vincent, you have your question. Would you like to unmute yourself, please?
Thank you. Do autistic people work in higher dimensions? We treat them as if they've got a physical problem or some sort of issue going on. Do they work in higher dimensions and have difficulty in talking to normal people in third dimension? And prodigies as well. A child learns to play the piano at 3 years old, like Chopin or so on. So
Those
is
are
that
two different things. Autism and prodigy are two different things. Which one would you like to know?
autism, please?
Autism is more about bringing your entire focus in the present. Autistic children who are on the higher end of autistic spectrum live in the moment, and they don't feel or see the need of having to think about the past or the future. It's not that they don't understand other humans, it's more like they don't see the need to be inauthentic or people pleasing like most normal humans are. Their default way of being is being 100% authentic, and they are very loving, cheerful, and joyful beings living and being fully autistic. In a sense, all your hybrid children that will come to Earth are autistic. That is their special ability to be in the present moment, because that is the only reality in fifth dimension and beyond. Does that answer your question?
That's terrific. So in a sense, we're trying to be autistic as well by living in the moment.
Yes, and you should be. That is the only true moment.
Terrific. Thank you very much.
Yes, with this, we would like to take our leave this time, and we will be seeing you in September with something new, provided that you work with what we have already given, because whatever we bring in September is going to take you to the next level. This is all happening step by step. This is all planned. The question is, how ready are you going to be? With this, we wish you a good day and goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow, today was like very heavy energy, like heavy in the sense like lot of energy. I'm feeling completely like, I think I have to do
Drained.
like 50 sets of jumping jacks to release this excess. Yeah.
What a
Wow,
ripper
that was a
session.
long, yeah,
Really
very
interesting.
long session.
Yeah. That's fascinating, the last comments about autism and obviously the crossovers with that and being in the present moment and where we're all going.
Yeah, I didn't expect that they will do the permission slip in the first half.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was surprised and my hand started hurting by doing this motion. I was like, at least give me some inkling. I could do some exercises before to prepare for it better.
It was interesting. Yeah, I think it made sense that they did in the beginning because it was to go inwards. And another thing, it was a wake-up call, them saying, you know, like we give permission slips, but they kind of stay on the background, like you do one time and that's it. And it's yeah, I mean, it's hard to you know, keep that focus of like a daily practice. So they said, you know, I'm gonna come in and do it so you guys go in the momentum and
Yeah, it's
create
like
this
it came
momentum.
like a scolding. It's like, you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it for you. It's like, just look at it and just we are going to do it.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
So
Yeah, that was pretty
it's so
cool.
important. The inner work is what is.
They're like the
To
sort
do.
of inner work police, aren't they?
Well, I think
Absolutely.
everybody, well, Bashar certainly talks about that. Do the work yourself. You know, what would I have to believe is true for this to happen? Is one of his questions. And it's basically what the Nemurians were talking about as well. You know, just, you know, ask your body what's going on. So, yeah,
Today's energy
it
was
all
very
ties together for
different.
me. Sorry?
Yeah. I was like, today's energy was very different. It was a lot for me, like a lot. I will actually take a leave now. I have to do that exercise and release it. It's too much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Momita.
thank you very much.
Till
Thank you
next
so
Yeah,
time.
much.
awesome. Thank you.
Nice to
Yeah.
See
see
ya.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
See ya. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.